Silver State trains. As you can see, the shed is looking much better than it has the entire time. For the most part, done working on it. I didn't do much film in the last few days when I was building on this, so left off on day 12, so I put in day 13 and got the wall up there done. So yeah, day 13, 14, and 15 was what I needed to finish enclosing the shed, getting the windows in, so the 2 windows, the door, and all of the trim. So that took me 3 days of off and on work. And then I put in day 14. Wait, no, not 14. What did I say? That was 13, 14. I put in day 16 to do this loft. It took me a little while because though I built it on 16 on center, but because of the 12-foot walls are 16 on center, but my math got screwed up on the 16-foot walls because I didn't take into account having the 16-foot walls being on the inside of the 12-foot walls. So that kind of screwed things up. So I had to add in studs to allow the 4-foot boards to stack on. So that kind of screwed some things up. As you can see, I have kind of an odd number of studs in there. So that was part of it. And then I also used studs to support the loft. So those are resting on 2x4s. These are 2x6s that I stacked together. I didn't want to do 8-foot boards because me standing underneath this, I only have maybe about 4 or 6 inches, something like that. As you can see, the door hits the loft. So if I did a 2x8s, that would have even reduced my headspace even more. So I did 2x6s and I doubled them up. Plenty strong. I'm able to hang from this and do pull-ups on this beam here without it flexing. So plenty strong. And then yesterday was August 31st. I got the other loft in. So now both lofts are done. So this is, for the most part, done. What I have left to do is, I don't know if I can show you here this. So each of these 4x8 sheets of the siding, I think they need something crazy like 52 nails per board, something like that. They need a lot of nails. I got to go around and finish tacking everything in to make sure that all the walls are, the siding is properly secured to the shed, and then I have to go around and I have to caulk all of the trim. Then I got to go put some spray foam in. Spray foam some of the gaps here, some of the corners or whatnot. So that's what's left to do on the shed. And then my part's pretty much done for the main building. So from here, let's see, that's an extension cord. So now I have power in the shed. So I'm going to be plugging the shed in when I need it, unplugging it when I don't. So from in here, I'm gonna run some wire so I can have some outlets and some light switches pretty much on an extension cord. That's my plan. And then I gotta insulate it and put up the drywall and the flooring. Once that's in, then I can start trains. So I got a little bit left before I can kind of get going on that. But what's kind of cool is there's trains in here. These 2 boxes here have trains, and that cart there has trains, so they're in here. Not all of them, but some. And as you see, I have a lot of my crap in here now. I cleaned out the garage so that way the wife can get her car in the garage there, so it's so much nicer. I don't know if you all do this too, but I missed it by like a millimeter all the way down. I saw that after I finished the loft. It's joking crazy. So I fixed that, but my air compressor crapped out. Well, my little craftsman there. My neighbor's been running a hose out here for me so I can continue building. So I finally killed my air compressor. But windows work nice. Doors work good, or door works good. rained the other day and everything stayed dry. Now that I finally have the roofing on. I went with charcoal for the roof, and best part is I didn't have to do it. So it was the best $500 I ever spent. Gave myself a nice little break. So the roofer for $500, he did all the labor. He included the sheathing, not the sheathing, I'm sorry. He included the roofing paper and all the nails. All I had to buy was the shingles, the starters, the ridge cap, and the flashing. So by paying him and having him provide the nails that I didn't have to buy and the paper that I didn't have to buy and the nail gun that I didn't have to buy, it only was a difference of about $150. So well worth it, $150 to have somebody else climb up on that steep roof and do that than me, because I've never done roofing before, even though I wanted to learn so I could maybe tackle my house, but that's all right. I'll take the break. He knocked it out in 3 hours. It would have taken me probably over a week, because I would have to learn along the way. But anyhow, so now we're in September here. I just finished yesterday. I did like I mentioned, the loft. That was August 31st. So we're now into September. So little by little, I'm gonna spread out some of the expenses on the inside here. I'm gonna start, my first layout's gonna be built against this back wall here, the 16-foot wall. So I'm gonna start with that, and then I'll span out to the 12-foot side. So it's gonna be a nice big U. That's what the layout's gonna be. I'm not gonna do any kind of peninsula out here, because I need to be able to get ladders up into the loft areas. So it's just gonna ride the wall, if you will. And I'm gonna put a little tiny AC unit here, one of those little ones on wheels that has a little tube. That'll go out the little window here. That'll keep me cool in the summer. And then where's my heater? There it is. There's my heater for winter. So with it being insulated, hopefully it'll be nice. Let's see if I have a current temp in here. What's this saying here? Yeah, it's about 100. About 106 or so, something like that. I don't know if that's accurate, but it's toasty. Anyhow, that's it for right now. It's actual building. I could stand in, stay dry. So, step one done. Now I gotta work on the interior. I'll be doing a lot more actual filming of that. I didn't want to have my camera running on the outside here. I kind of, I have the street here and my neighbors are constantly walking by. I didn't want to have my neighbors on camera or whatnot. And plus, filming in 4K in the heat, your camera overheats. So I just did a little quick videos, but I'll be able to film more in here as I'm going. At least that's my intention. So stay tuned for the next part. Thanks for watching, guys.